oh dear, my Alice Pudlo is gone. Do you realize that we have a fighter that's gone? A warrior for Jesus that's gone? A believer who is gone? A mother and a grandmother who's gone? Who's contributed much to her family? And much to the family of God? She would love to be a farmer, and she's gone. She was a blesser, not a curser. And she's gone. A praying woman that would sit with her Bible and pray out things into people's lives. And she's gone. A singer who was lost to us. She loved to sing. A giving and serving woman who has left us. Left. And we don't have her back for a long time, Short in her terms where she is, but long in ours. She was an example of mercy and forgiveness in action. And she's been taken from us before her time. The pain of being forced to leave her home and her farm and the things that she wanted in her life there she wanted to live out all her days on that farm. And when her time came, that was different, but she wanted to stay there. But she was being forced to leave it. And it was so stressful on her that it killed her. Sometimes, we think, well, it would be better if so-and-so was in a senior's home or in a nursing home. And it's
not usually.
Or is it more convenient that we don't have to pay attention to them or look after them? Well, that stress of being forced to move off and move into someplace that she didn't know and didn't want to be, that's a lot of stress. For somebody that's 80 years old, that's a lot of stress. And it said to her that her own daughters didn't love her, didn't respect her, didn't honor her. After all she's done for them over the years and served in her family, all that she endured raising them counted for nothing. When it came to what she wanted, they were just packing her up. And on the day that within an hour of the time that they were going to be ready to move her into this nursing home, the stress was so much for her, the callousness was so much that it killed her. God's word said love one another. It doesn't say abuse one another for your own gain.
That's right.
Instead of arranging for help to come out and making sure that she was okay and the government provides services of that nature. They'll even, in case the fence breaks or furnace repair, they have repairmen that'll come out and help them. Doesn't matter where you are in Alberta. If you're a senior, you're entitled to this. But the desire to get hold of that farm and sell it and put their mom away so they didn't have to have anything to do with her was so great that they were willing to kill her to get it, knowing that it was her desire to stay on the farm all the days of her life. Well, she says, if your life's not going well, change it. If you find yourself on a losing streak, find out what the cause is. You're at the root of it, change something in your life that's causing it. And I have to admire her for that, because all the things that were ever thrown at her, from an abusive relationship with her husband, a lot of things flying at her that didn't have any accusations against her and stuff like that. She stood for what was right. She wouldn't back up once, she was going to stay with what's right, and she was going to stay on the principle that just because something's not working right for you doesn't mean that you have to destroy somebody else. And that's a big thing in today's society. You gotta make somebody else pay for your mistake. It's gotta be somebody else's fault. Well, seeing her stuff being packed up and things that she treasured as part of her memories being packed up to be shipped off to some Goodwill center or, was too much for her. That discarding of her life and everything that she worked for was just too much. And the thing that we have to realize is that the fifth commandment is honor your father and your mother. Well, where does that begin when all you can see is the money from the farm and getting rid of your parents into a senior citizen's home? Where does the honor start? You can't find it. And she worked very hard raising her family. Even when her husband would not provide, she worked hard to raise her family.
And just so if you don't know, that was 8 children.
Yeah, 8 children. And they take a lot of work to raise. Nowadays, most people have 1 child and it's, what a bother.
Well, not a bother, but 1 alone is a lot of work.
Well, try 8.
Exactly.
I know my grandmother raised 12. That's, as far as I'm concerned, a very substantial family.
Yes.
But her mother raised 20. So,
God.
A lot of the
in them
siblings,
days, things were productive.
a lot of the siblings help raise the younger ones.
Yeah,
But everyone learned to work.
but everybody learned to work
Yeah.
in relationship on things, and it's just that, while Eric was alive, she had a defender. Once he passed away, she had no defender. And she had nobody that would come out. Of all her children, there'd be nobody that would come out and, you know, just help with some of the things, like clean up in the spring. She did her own harvesting, she looked after chickens, she had her garden. And she loved having visits from her grandchildren.
And great grandchildren.
And great-grandchildren some days, but it's just that she had a little trouble with this idea that being pressured for just about 16 years to get off the farm. You know, they didn't want the farm, they just wanted to sell it. So she'd have no place to go back to. And that's not honoring. And they had all these plans on how they were gonna get hold of money and things like that, so. But,
We've asked a couple of times. We know that she died in her bathroom, but they're not saying what happened. Can you shed any light on?
all I've been able to gather from what's been said in here and there in places is that she didn't want to go, she went and locked herself in the bathroom and started to cry, and her heart just gave out on her. The abuse that she was enduring was too much. So,
When it's from your children,
and
it's
it can be
the
pretty
worst
heavy.
kind of pain there is.
Yes.
I've been dealing with nursing home for 13 years and I have yet to see a happy person in there.
Yeah.
That's
There's
right.
not been one happy person in the nursing home.
I
Yeah.
second that.
Yeah.
It's just horrible.
Yes, it is.
You know, there's few people that can sort of deal with seniors in such a way that they are shown that respect and giving them decision-making qualities and stuff like that. We had a woman that was attending here for a while, Irene.
Mhm.
Well, she was had a real natural technique in dealing with them. I mean, really, really good. I would love to see her have her own nursing home to look after people. She was just that warm-hearted and,
She probably got a lot of that experience from working with her son, her
Yeah.
handicapped son.
she may have. But I think a lot of it was things that God taught her.
Oh, it could have been,
Just, you know, because she had this thing of treating them with respect. And she would honor them.
yeah.
So I just said, like, it's sad to see somebody of this,
Caliber.
you know, that had a love for God, you know, was so merciful and understanding towards people. And even in a community that hated her husband and hated her eldest son, she stood her ground and, you know, walked with integrity
And alone.
and alone, and most of the time alone. But she had no trouble driving, no trouble with anything, but just the amount of cruelty that came was too much for her. So, Father, we do give thanks for the time and the memories we have of Alice. In Jesus' name, amen.